Hello, fabulous friends, fans, and superstars. Welcome to this week's horoscope. Now, I am on a very brief sabbatical for just a few weeks, and I've asked a friend to fill in for me for the horoscope this week, and I hope that you will give them a warm welcome. Now, superstar horoscopes were pre-recorded, and you can get all signs, extended horoscopes for as low as just $3 a month with choose your membership rate. Now, if even $3 feels like a hardship, use the contact form on my website. Links are in the description below, and my team will make sure that you are hooked up while I am away. SynchronicityUniversity.com, that is the place where we are having incredible upcoming programs that right now are choose your tuition rate as low as just $5 a class. You can see these superstar astrologers are coming to Synchronicity University. I'm so excited to learn from them. And incredible classes are happening right now as well at SynchronicityUniversity.com. Links are in the description below. And thank you. Thank you for your patience, your grace, your trust, all of it. I look forward to seeing you guys again real soon. It'll be a great week. Enjoy.
Hello everyone, my name is Nicole Garceau from Co-Creating Today, and today I have the distinct honor of delivering your weekly horoscope for this coming week, September 18th to the 24th. So a huge thank you goes out to Nadiya Shah for this absolutely wonderful opportunity yet again. So with that, you'll notice I'm wearing an orange shirt, and here in Canada, this coming week, September 30th, is National Truth and Reconciliation Day here with our Indigenous First Nations people. So with that, after this, your weekly horoscope. Welcome back. This is your horoscope for the week of 18th to the 24th. So as we start the week on September 20th, we have the Sun in Virgo, and it's in trine to Pluto in Capricorn. This is the one of the most harmonious conversations. The energy flows freely with the trine. During the Sun trine Pluto aspect, you're more capable of understanding subtleties. You find some answers to what you're seeking in life. With the Sun in the chart and, well, within the cosmos, it represents our vitality and what we grow into over a period of a lifetime. It's our lifeblood. So without the Sun, there would be no life as we know it. So once a year, the Sun makes this type of conversations in like what we astrologers like to call a trine. But this type of trine is what we call a closing trine. So what this basically means is it makes a harmonious conversation, and it's the last 120 degrees in the full circle that it makes as the Sun gradually makes its way to Pluto, back in perfect alignment, what we call a conjunction. So it's closing out that complete circle to eventually begin a new cycle. So that being said, we'll be seeking some answers and some perspectives in life. We tend to be willing to take a closer look at ourselves, and as a consequence, understand more important things about our lives. With this aspect, we see everything more profoundly, and this can be an opportunity for change or even empowerment. So we ask ourselves, and we tend to become more aware of what beliefs that have been holding us back, what needs to shed, purge, let go. Just like a snake sheds its skin to grow, so do we, metaphorically speaking. So this is a time to, it's a time to let go and prosper into new perspectives and to new visions that we have for ourselves. So yes, change and growth can be scary, but we needn't be burdened by, the fear of it. So, because this aspect is ultimately meant to empower us, to help us become better versions of ourselves. So with this aspect, we can turn our experiences into, valuable life lessons. We tend to be more probing and analyzing all those recorded situations, and we become more wise and have a better perspective of things, better perspective of situations and the people around us. We can also have a powerful influence over others' lives, making way for successful progress forward. So self-esteem receives a boost, and as a result, this aspect can, bring more magnetism and as well as passion, and have a deep drive to manifest results. So given that, the two signs that the planets fall in, the Sun in Virgo and the Pluto in Capricorn, this is a great aspect to achieve results at work, be it completion of a project or, getting that raise at work. Also, the habits we take on ultimately serves us because we are a sum of what we do daily. This is an opportunity to purge those bad habits. So the other thing that's going on this day is, Mercury is at 40 degrees Libra. It's opposite Jupiter at 4 degrees Aries, and both are retrograde. Jupiter opposite Mercury. This is an opportunity to revisit those areas of growth. Balance is in order, because it's an aspect of tension that what us astrologers like to call opposition, and more often than not, this tends to manifest in relationships and with other people. This can be, in the form of news that motivates you to, make these changes and perhaps, with the work with another and, in what you need to do. This could be a legal contract of sorts. So whatever comes forward during this time, just, know that this is a period of reevaluation that is in order. See where Mercury is in your chart. Where is Jupiter in your chart? These are the areas of lives where this will show up. Just for an example, I have, Mercury retrograde in my second, and Jupiter's transiting retrograde in my eighth, and this can lead to actions that I need to create, when it comes to balance and harmony in my relationship. The money I make with the work I do, coupled with my partner's income. We can be reviewing our budget at this time, discussing our expenses. And, if you don't have that partner aspect, one can be reviewing their own personal budget, keeping an eye on their investments in the pension fund, for example. Do I need to put more money in or do I need to take money out? There's that balance that's in order. Making sure your pensions are safe, investments are safe. And if they need to pull back, tap into things, taking money out of their investments, you'll get this seesaw effect, this push-pull effect. And normally, we're looking for that harmony, that happy medium. So careful review is in order at this time. Speaking of money, September 20th, the following day, Venus will be speaking in harmony with Uranus. The urge to try something new can occur. So being our looks, making changes in, how we've been dealing with our money. And even when it comes to relationships. So I mentioned, careful review earlier when it comes to the oppositions between Mercury and Jupiter, because strong urges, to be reckless can be present. So Uranus is rebellious. Jupiter's in Aries and the sign of recklessness and impulsivity. Aries is very much a me here now energy. And, Uranus and Saturn has this ongoing communication, with that square that's been happening. And, getting back to that careful review comment, as soon as Venus makes this conversation with Uranus, it then communicates with Saturn the next day. So, and that communication is an aspect that what we would call a quincunx. It's when two planets are 150 degrees from each other. So they have absolutely nothing in common. So it's not the most pleasant of aspects. And it's something that I liken to a mosquito in a room. So you hear it. It's buzzing. You can't find the darn thing. You're anticipated to land on you and get pricked. So you're on alert and it's hard to relax. And it's also an energy that passes, quickly enough. So some key words that describe quincunxes are like redirecting, diverting, stuff that's requiring, adjustments. Saturn's very sober and it gives that reality check. So as long as you're being real and not acting impulsively, all should go well. So be sure to have that bigger picture in mind, a solid plan and vision, forward while working with all these energies. And another thing to be mindful during this transit is, sexual affairs and being attracted to the new and unusual, wanting something different, because, consequences of those decisions can come, rather fast. So, and you guessed it, it's because, Saturn sobers things up quickly the next day. So, but a positive spin on that is that, you and your partner can decide to do something exciting. Everything's electric and it's fun. And, the two of you are like, okay, that was fun. I'm good. And, we got our fix. And, the next day you just move on. But with anything that involves Uranus, expect the unexpected. So this applies while you're shopping, socializing, in relationships, all these things ruled by Venus. And these can absolutely be wonderful surprises. So creativity can be stimulated now, and you can experience with new kinds of, art, like dance, mediums, of craft, stuff like that. So September 24th, the sun enters Libra, so a happy birthday all those Libras out there. It's the time of the fall equinox. We have Mabon in the northern hemisphere. Conversely, we have spring equinox, Astro in the southern hemisphere. But on this day, we have Venus at 23 Virgo, opposite Neptune at 23 Pisces. So when we have Venus in opposition to Neptune, amidst the cosmos, it's very important to know what you want and not to get confused, fanciful, dreamy, or disillusioned, because this tends to be the case when dealing with relationships and money matters. Holding those personal boundaries can present a challenge during this time. So just be mindful to not give too much at your expense. And, be taken advantage can, occur under this energy, especially because you can be more giving. Others can make you feel guilty in order to get something from you. So try not to fall into people pleasing, amidst this energy, because it's important to speak up to avoid conflict within relationships. And, like a good expression of this energy is tapping into your artistic side, be it dance, painting, trying hand at making videos, or even, connecting to nature, or, diving into music, taking in a movie with your partner. On September 23rd, we're going back the previous day, and I wanted to keep this last for a reason. For some places around the world, this is going to occur on the 22nd. On the west coast of North America, Pacific time, this will occur September 22nd at 11:55 p.m., so at the very last bit of the day. People living in the UK, September 23rd at 7:55 a.m. So on this day, the Sun and Mercury will align perfectly, and Mercury cazimi is the term. And the ancients would call this being in consult with a king. In the heart of the Sun is another term that we hear in astrology to describe this. Now, this is important, which I'll explain in a bit, but first, let's go through what a cazimi is, or any planet, for that matter, that is said to be in cazimi. Mercury cazimi is when the Sun and Mercury occupy the same degree and are at the exact minutes. So no more of allowance than 50 minutes is what astrologers use. And there are some that, allow within a degree, but I personally use a 7-minute rule, as, many do. And to demonstrate, so let's just use the cazimi in my chart, for example. I have, the Sun in Leo at 8:37. And in my natal Mercury is in Leo at 8:45, and you use the subtraction 45 minus 37. There's an 8 minutes difference there, so it allows with that cazimi specification. So getting back to Mercury, as it continues its retrograde motion, we hit an important moment in its travels, and I'll just get technical just for a minute. So it aligned perfectly with the Sun. And us astrologers will call this an interior conjunction with the Sun. So in plain English, all that means is that as the Sun and Mercury meet, Mercury is in between the Sun and the Earth as it aligns with the Sun. And this is an important time because this marks the beginning of a 4-month cycle. Conversely, when Mercury moves direct and realigns with the Sun, Mercury is no longer between the Earth and the Sun. So we have the Earth, the Sun, and Mercury to be on the other side. So the Sun is now in between the Earth and Mercury. And this is what we would call an exterior conjunction. It's furthest away from Earth. Getting back to the interior conjunction. So when Mercury is making this, this is when Mercury is said to be in the underworld, which is why it can bring insights from our shadows, cast off burdens, deepen our awareness, and it sheds lights on areas that have, otherwise laid hidden, stuff that would have otherwise been accessible or buried. Pardon me. And all this is for the purpose of transcending and birthing something new. So, this sets off that beginning of that 4-month cycle for that project or task to be unfolded. So a seed of thought is planted. As Mercury and the Sun are aligned, this is an opportunity to gain access to higher divine consciousness and cosmic support. There's heightened mental energy at this period. The mind is open to higher wisdom, inspiration, and new insights. So Mercury cazimis, they're potent and unique opportunities should you choose to work with them. It's just like a new moon, for example, where the Sun and the Moon align, creating a new cycle every approximately 28 days, providing new seeds of intention to be planted in certain areas of life. With this Mercury cazimi, it'll occur in an area of life and set off that 4-month cycle, for something, to manifest. It's the beginning point. It's an opportunity to get clear about some stuff. Mercury has, it's gone retrograde on the 10th at 8 degrees Libra. September 24th, she dips into Virgo. And then, she goes direct at 24 Virgo on the 1st of October. This particular cazimi will take place at that critical degree, 0 degrees Libra. It's karmic new beginnings. It's a breath of fresh air. It has a potent new vibrant energy that is just sparkling and sizzling. That cazimi is just such a great seed moment that, you may commune with the divine and, bear witness to greater plans, for your destiny. that first decan of Libra, 0 to 10 degrees. It's a decan that's associated with the moon and its powers of nurturing and mothering. It's also time when Mabon is celebrated amongst pagans, and Mabon is derived from Mabon ap Madron, and it's meaning the son of the mother. So the Cazimi that's happening, it's happening during that powerful equinox. So let's check and see where Mercury Cazimi falls for each of the signs to get a glimpse of what areas of life that will be highlighted there. But before I start, just an FYI for the sky watchers out there, you'll begin to see Mercury in the morning skies in the following week. So just as it shifts from being an evening star to a morning star, you'll see Mercury just before sunrise as it moves away from the sun's beams. So be sure to keep an eye out for that celestial phenomenon. So, Aries. This week, the big news is love, as Mercury Cazimi takes place in Libra, in your opposite star signs. So Libra rules your relationships and your one-to-one interactions. So the spotlight's on love relationships, but planets in Libra here, flag up, all key relationships in your life, be it personal, professional, or otherwise. This could be, an accountant, it could be a personal trainer, your best friend, or anyone who challenges or inspires you. So this is where the action's at. You may receive sudden insights during this particular Cazimi, or feel an urge to be practical and even question some of the, the professional relationships that you have. It's potentially a romantic week for you, rather than live in a fantasy land or have your head wondering where you stand. Tap into that truth-seeking nature and get real and see the truth of a situation. Mercury has the ear of the king, and he's going to whisper in it. So listen to that inner voice. This could expose, which relationships drain you versus which relationships, actually lift you up. So ensure you know the difference between the two, and some decisive move, and make some, decisive moves of your own. This week, you may start to see more clearly where your heart lies, and what you want, when it comes to love and relationships. It's a special day for connection when, the Sun and Mercury Cazimi aspect takes place. So, on that date, one connection or interaction can actually prove life-changing. For Taurus, this Mercury Cazimi in Libra takes place in an area of chart that, rules your work and lifestyle, your health and fitness. This means it's an important week to look after yourself, put your needs first, and if you've been spending too much time and energy caring for others, readjust that balance. It's alternatively, if you feel it would benefit you to break free from routine and have some fun, well, it's a good time to do so. Libra rules your day-to-day routine in your horoscope, plus the planet of love. That's related to Venus is in the sign of Virgo this week, and lighting up your romance and recreational sector. So that's where that flavor would come from. The Mercury Cazimi, can perhaps be this wake-up call. This energy, often brings what's hidden to light. Even though there's, that representation of new beginnings, there may not be an ending first. So if this has to do with your health, it could be, representative of giving up a bad habit, doing less of what's bad for you and more of what's good for you. If it's to do with work, it could herald a sea change for the way you earn money on the job that you do on a daily basis. But let us not forget that, when Mercury, shifts worlds during an interior Cazimi, changes from evening star to morning star. So the world's changed, right? So just go with the flow and follow those instincts. Ask yourself, how can I let go of stress? How can you, balance or, juggle your life more effectively? What are you doing in your daily routine that no longer serves you? Engage with these questions head on. Insights and divine inspirations will come. Gemini. The Mercury Cazimi takes place in Libra, fellow air sign. Libra rules the good things in your life and your horoscope. This includes your love, children, your creative source, entertainment, and lucky opportunities. This particular Mercury Cazimi is sizzling with new beginnings. So this often follows on from an ending. So it'll bring up what's hidden to light, and this is time to search for the deeper reasons in life. The whys and wherefores of what works for you and what doesn't. So what do you have to let go of or give up before you can, fully enjoy yourself? say yes to parenting, maybe give in to romance. Ask yourself the right questions and challenge yourself. Watch out for the unexpected, because sometimes these insights are not what you expect. So because worlds change, when Mercury comes from an evening star to morning star, so it can signify key turning points as the wheel of destiny moves you forward. And notice who or what comes into your life during the Cazimi Sun Mercury connection. Listen to that inner guidance, to those insights, because love is under the cosmic spotlight now. So when it comes to love, you may encounter like a blast from the past. Someone that you may have fallen in love with many moons ago. So if so, this will be slow burn romance and getting to know each other all over again. But either way, it's exciting astrology, and other people could impact your life in a positive manner. So it's important to know who and what's good for you. With a Mercury retrograde, it will be retrograde for a couple more weeks. So it's still a complicated picture. So it can be, a passion, love, and affair could be on and off for some time. And you may not know where you stand until Mercury is direct and at full speed ahead. So just keep that in the back of your mind. For Cancer, this week brings a Mercury Cazimi in Libra, your home and family sector. So the connections between you and your family or people close to you, roommates even fall under here, are sometimes invisible. As well, because as you merge with one another, right? So this week, you'll start to see these threads more clearly. So if you suspect that you have a blind spot around family or one family member in particular, just dig a little deeper. This Mercury Cazimi is a time when you have to initiate an ending before you can set off in a direction. Sweep away dead wood to clear space for new energy to emerge. This might mean that a link in a property chain breaks down and puts you to a new direction, or maybe a family member leaves and creating a beginning in a new chapter. So link the symbolism with your own personal situation, where in life you can start over when it comes to home and family. It's a perfect time to declutter, sort things out at home, and to prepare the way for new fresh energy to come in. That Sun and Mercury Cazimi conjunction is particularly powerful. So trust your intuition, or line up a deep and meaningful interaction. Leo, there's a Mercury Cazimi in Libra this week. Libra rules your communication sector, so just be careful what you believe. Worlds will shift as Mercury changes from an evening star to morning star. So it throws a shadowy theme when the hidden information comes to light. So this Mercury Cazimi can coincide with something coming to an end, whether this is a travel or study option or something else you thought you wanted. There could be an issue with transport when getting from A to B becomes more challenging than usual. Who knows? You could be selling a vehicle and getting a new one. This energy could be exposing as well. So perhaps you're moving away from a community, a place you knew well. It might spell a tricky time, when it comes to sibling relationships or perhaps situations with your neighbors. Consider what you're letting go of and why. Beliefs that challenge your own could be one way this energy plays out. Yet, that Sun Mercury Cazimi conjunction, really does feel magical. So, a gathering with someone close, a sibling or neighbor perhaps, can make all the difference in, how you feel and how you see things, offering new insights and perspectives. So that could be a definite way this can play out. So Virgos, it's important to stay on top of money matters this week, as Mercury Cazimi takes place in Libra, your personal money sector. So pay attention to the flow of money that cash in and cash out in your life. Do whatever is necessary to ensure your money is safe and secure. Hire an accountant, deal with impending financial transactions perhaps. And just, get on top of money matters. Prioritize those finances. So even though this particular Mercury Cazimi represents and has that potency to these new beginnings and the chance to make a fresh start, this sometimes follows an ending. So what door needs to be closed financially before you can start over or get ahead? This is about your values
and what's important to you in life. You might be, changing what you think you need or want when it comes to money, even property or possessions. An opportunity, there's definitely an opportunity to create some money magic. It's definitely present here. Venus, the ruler of Libra, is in your sign. So whatever magic you intend to create, it'll have a personal impact for you. So Libra, the sun is in your star sign this week. So in doing so, it aligns perfectly with Mercury retrograde. The sun is shining its light on you. This is the time to, celebrate your life. It's a period to focus on your personal goals and ambitions and your image and your appearance. Because, this is the sector of the horoscope that's, it's all about you, who you are, what you want out of life. And, this includes how other people see you. So that Mercury cazimi is in, your star sign, and it's at the end of the week. This adds power and potency and potential to, your toolbox, your personal toolbox, and it can represent a major turning point. It's likely to be an important period for you with regards to your relationships, both personal and professional, who you team up with, who you partner with, while in the reverse, such as who you choose to stay away from. So whatever the case may be, just trust your instincts this week and have those all-important conversations or interactions, because it can be deeply connecting when that Sun and Mercury cazimi aspect takes place here. Inner work, can reveal new insights or understanding. So listen carefully to your instincts, as this can be a time of deep personal transformation. You may recognize that your future path in life that's taking you down many twists and turns, so try not to become, disillusioned if things aren't working out. Instead, use this time to reassess where you're heading and why, and just be flexible with it. Scorpios. So, where in life do you need to close the door on the past in order to move forward and start over? So this is the question to ask yourself during this Mercury cazimi towards the end of the week, because it's happening in the sign right before yours. Libra can be a tricky energy for you to navigate, and there may be times when you feel as if you're going around in circles, because Libra is one of the air signs, and it's often a time when your mind is overly busy. So Libra rules a hidden sector of your horoscope, and it turns your attention inward. You may need to deal with a personal issue, secrets, or something private and confidential. That Sun and Mercury alignment, could feel releasing. So you can let go of regret, deal with past grievances, and just know that ultimately this is a time for forgiveness. Do what's right for you, your health and well-being. On a practical level, this might involve giving up an old habit, decluttering, paring back to essentials, creating a clean slate, sweeping out those cobwebs. So you create space for that new fresh energy to come in. If plans change suddenly this week, just let them go. If things don't work out, be flexible and go with the flow. The cosmic energy is all about getting rid of what's not working for you in life, so you can start afresh. So that Sun Mercury cazimi aspect feels definitely very psychic and intuitive. So follow up on a hunch and listen for synchronicities. Pay close attention to your dreams. It's a good week to reconnect from with old contacts, or a blast from your past. So you may take a trip down memory lane. Remember, just remember that you're looking backwards rather than forward during the Mercury retrograde phase in this area of chart. The love planet Venus remains in Virgo, and it's near group and friend sector. So, old friends can just suddenly come knocking as well. Sagittarius. It's in your 11th house. So people power is on the rise thanks to this week's Mercury cazimi. So even though you might want to, do your thing, the energy is about joining in, showing your support and teaming up with others. This is because Mercury cazimi takes place in the air sign Libra. the sign relating to others. So in your horoscope, Libra rules friends, groups, social networks, and your activities within society. So this energy hints at an ending followed by a beginning. So perhaps you decide to leave a group, or a shift in your belief means that you're ready to say goodbye and move on. So some sudden insights can bring some of these issues to surface. But once you let go of a position, role, or association, this can create space to embrace new activities, and in some shape or form, you can start over. A friend might need your support during this Mercury cazimi. Your generous nature means you'll want to step in to help. So if so, the experience can be a powerful one for the two of you involved. The only provision is to give love and support rather than money, because Venus, the ruler of Libra, is in Virgo, and it's a sign of service to others. The Mercury retrograde phase is, perfect as well for reconnecting with old friends too. So, a school friend or maybe a childhood sweetheart. Just notice who pops in your life, when that Sun and Mercury align, creating that cosmic cazimi connection. So it can be probably very important for you. For Capricorns out there, this is a good week to trust your intuition, to listen to your inner voice. For you Capricorns out there, Mercury cazimi lands in your 10th house, and this could be a pivotal week, especially in regards to your career or vocation. In fact, for some of you, the events that take place this week could be, turn out to be a major turning point. Mercury cazimi takes place at the end of the week. So if you feel unsure with your career, you just might hit a brick wall. Perhaps you're unable to continue with your chosen path, or you realize you're on the wrong track. Alternatively, you might have to go, all out with, what you want, as this, this powerful cosmic energy, takes place at, it's taking place at the peak of your horoscope. So symbolically, this Mercury and the Sun alignment represents a new beginning. So you have to close one door before you can open a new one. Just keep in mind that, it's happening during that powerful equinox. So this energy can bring, what's hidden to light. So this sometimes indicates external events that, have a knock-on effect in your life. Perhaps that, that interaction with an authority figure, or it can involve your truth and being honest with where your interests lie. Look out for signposts that guide you this week. If you already know that this is likely to be a key period for your career, get ready for action. It's all change in a direction, in life that opens up for you. This is also a peak time to be open to synchronicity and, cosmic magic. So this is the theme of that Sun Mercury cazimi aspect. Notice who enters your life, or the deep and meaningful interactions that you have. That could be a sign that you're waiting for. Aquarius. This week turns out to be pivotal. There's a beautiful Mercury cazimi in your fellow air sign Libra towards the end of the week. And this falls in your future sector, where you fit in the world. This makes time to dream. So you just make sure it's time to dream and visualize what's next. So this is especially important if you have some big decisions to make when it comes to key areas of your life. This will help prepare you and get you ready to embrace change rather than to try to resist it, because Libra rules the bigger picture in your horoscope, and it's where you seek inspiration and challenge yourself to expand your world, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. It's about stepping out of your comfort zone and embracing adventure, embracing new experiences, however scary it feels. Ask yourself the questions, how does it relate to your life now? Do you want to travel? Do you want to study? Deepen your beliefs, maybe. Find meaning or purpose in life. Play around with those new ideas and, new ways of being. So if you're dealing with change, or, big events are looming, take yourself off somewhere, perhaps somewhere that you've never been before. This could be a day out, or even just a weekend away. This will help you see your situation from a fresh perspective. So any kind of coaching, learning, could also help, and it can help you gain new insight as well. So remain open-minded and, especially curious during this time. This could be a positive time to, commit to a learning a language, or signing up a course of study. So if there's something that you've been wanting to explore or learn more about, this is your opportunity. Notice who or what comes into your life at this time during that magical Sun-Mercury aspect. That beautiful Cazimi aspect. So pay attention to that. Pisces. This is an important week to keep on top of things, especially when it comes to money matters. This is because this week's Mercury Cazimi in Libra is towards the end of the week, and it highlights the sector of your horoscope which rules joint finances and shared resources. This energy tends to bring what's hidden to light, which is why it's very important to be cash savvy. As this energetic symbolism is shadowy, so it might be about an aspect of money that's potential blind spot for you. This can play out different ways, but it's important to start by considering your money motivation. Do you believe you're good with money? Or do you hand your finances over to other people? Does money, arouse strong emotions in you, such as guilt, envy, fear, greed, maybe? This can be an ideal time to, delve a little deeper and ensure that you're swimming in the world of money rather than running away from it. Learn to play with money and enjoy money as much as possible, whether, you have lots of it or not enough. Develop that relationship with it. This energy can coincide with, a wake-up call, and sometimes signals, an ending followed by a new beginning. Because those worlds shift, when Mercury changes, from becoming an evening star to morning star. So this might mean closing the door on a money deal that's not working for you, that's not working out, or, stopping the financial plug as you don't lose out, perhaps pulling out, of the stock market and making sure your money's safe. This is the best time to trust your intuition, when the Sun-Mercury Cazimi aspect takes place. Notice, who or what appears in your life. Even with Mercury retrograde, new beginnings open up. So just be sure to keep that in mind. So that concludes the horoscopes for this week, ending September 24th. Thank you so much for tuning in as usual. So it's a pleasure to be here yet again. Just remember, right now, Nadiya has some amazing lineups of speakers in her September series going on, and they're going on right now. And I will be set to speak on the 27th. My talk will be on the degree theory that I find absolutely fascinating. So be sure to sign up for that. You can still sign up by visiting synchronicityuniversity.com. So there you'll not only find this particular speaker series, but a variety of great classes you can choose from at an unbelievable rate. And but also you can also visit my website at www.cocreatingtoday.com. And you'll find a variety of educational tools to assist you in your learning journey as you learn the language of the cosmos. So more products are coming down the pipeline, such as astrology activity books for kids, memory games like Match the Glyph, and so much more. So stay tuned for that. And again, thank you so much for watching. Remember, co-create with those cosmos and make it your best week. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Welcome to the exciting rebirth of Superstar, featuring choose your membership rate as low as just $3 a month. At Superstar, you get expanded exclusive videoscopes each and every week, unlimited access to special horoscopes, class passes for Synchronicity University, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the Superstar space. I look forward to meeting you there.